Keeping Glimpse in this mirror is actually alright, but we need more combo pieces here. Rank 0. Yeah, we'll see. I still need to change it a little. It's really hard. So the reason it's most hard to refine a deck like this is because most hand states are so polarizing to the deck's win condition. Like, you usually win or lose just based off of like what's happening in the game. Or sorry, what's happening in your hands. And the couple like flexible card slots that I'm not sure about are just ones that it's very unclear. Yeah, I guess I'll just Relic here. For those cards, it's just very unclear what situation I want them for. Like for example, like the 1 Cythria will almost never make the outcome of a game. The 1 Senna, and that's the reason we're running Senna and Cythria, because those cards actually feel like they have more of a chance of swinging outcomes. Glimpse here is solid. What exactly is Katarina never used? Is it because she's not worth the repeated mana? So when I talk about this, I think it's incredibly important to consider like a card's scaling, because I think a lot of people aren't really thinking about that. It's kind of the same reason Lulu isn't used, because this is honestly fun. I mean, I'm very happy to double Plaza in this kind of game. He can deal a lot of damage this turn sometimes. It's like if it scales with, sometimes a card kind of scales inversely with itself, which is a really big flaw with a card that otherwise might look really good. Yeah, you may have this attack, buddy. This is a bit scarier. How much do I care about this attack, though? I mean, he doesn't have Challenger on his dudes, so isn't my Onslaught, like, kind of stopping enough here? That's a decent amount of damage. Yeah, sure. It might have just been worth it, like, going for saplings instead. Like, I don't need saplings here, so this is fine. Also, this is a really sick curve as well. So yeah, Lulu and Katarina. When we consider cards scaling, we have to think like, okay, what does it scale with and like how does it work? The problem with Lulu, I say, is that she scales with your mana in too many different ways. Like, she wants you to use your mana for unit mana. Like, she's useless unless you're spamming your mana, but she's also useless unless you're holding mana up to protect her, so it just doesn't work. And Katarina has a very similar problem, which is that you're spending a lot of mana with an effect that scales with the mana you're playing for units, right? Like, when you play Katarina, the rallies are only as good as how much mana you've spent on units, right? But if you're spending mana on Katarina, you're not spending mana developing your board, right? So, like, every time you play Katarina and rally, you're just having less value on your rallies, right? And that's why Relentless Pursuit is so good in comparison, because, like, you spend all your mana on your board, you just need one rally. Katarina's, she's not that bad. Like, I think Kuvira was trying, like, a Katarina Grand Plaza version, which is cute. And we got a Chariot back here, which is, yeah, sort of nuts, actually. But yeah, I think it's just really important to consider, like, how a card plays out in the different angles to its synergy. I think, like, surprisingly few people think about the game like that. And it's just, like, the most important thing to consider when evaluating cards. So he potentially has a Lucian level here. This looks fine for me, though. Can he ever kill me this turn? Sometimes he can totally kill me this turn, actually. That's kind of concerning. Alright, buddy. So, his Lucian can level and deal damage here. If he triggers 4 deaths, then he rallies again. But my Hapless will save me from lethal. If this Hapless was any other card, I would die here. Like, the fact that I'm getting the spider is what's saving me from the lethal at the end. Because, like, we're going down to 8, and the Lucian has a re-rally, but the spider saves my life. Now, you might say, well, Swim, that's because your hand has 2 saplings in it. You have a fair point, but, I mean, like, regardless of what card this sapling is, this is always an extremely dangerous position. Like, we always will have, like, awkward options on this kind of, like, turn. Like, even if this was a Cythria, like, if it was a Senna, obviously in this case Senna would protect us, but in a lot of cases, like, 3 mana for that also wouldn't work. Opponent misplayed trading those caretakers. If he didn't, he wouldn't have rallied. He needed the 4 deaths. Otherwise, the rally doesn't happen. Whee! This is really funny. Great mirror, dude. GG, buddy. Like, Hack Room is 6 mana, do nothing. Remembrance is sometimes less than 6 mana, do nothing, which makes it better, right? Like, this is so easy. How am I running? Hack Room is so bad. Hack Room has won you games before. Yeah, everything will win you games if you play enough. Guys, we don't deck build by this will eventually win a game. That never flies, guys. Zoe Asol. All right, I'm gonna get punted by the Zoe twice because something Zoe attacking at turn 1. Blighted Caretaker with Shark Chariot's kind of hot. Yeah, this looks great. Dude, imagine not running Blighted Caretaker in this deck. Like, you guys have to understand the reason that latter versions of this deck have had like a 45% win rate is because they run 0 Harrowing, 0 Blighted Caretaker. Think about that for a second. Imagine how bad that is. I play Shark now. Yeah, Shark now is good. Is Zoe hitting Nexus twice literally a win condition? In some matchups it is. I mean, I'm kind of like just over bitching about Zoe. In some matchups it's a little unfair, yeah. And notably in matchups where Crescent Strike is huge, like against like Scouts or a deck like this. If they just draw 2 Crescent Strikes, then yeah, like you can't win, basically. So you'll notice like the game state right now, which is that this is a very common, this is like the most common game state for like early developmental combo plays, which is that we're a little bit short of our nut, right? Like what we really truly desire is having a way for the Lucian here to level up. And we lack this. Gonna spam this message until Swim tries Quinn for a game. Instead of me trying Quinn, you can just imagine that my Remembrance is a Quinn, and then just count spots where Remembrance is better, and then just tell me I told you so. We can run both at the same time, right? Like we don't, especially with like later game cards. Shark levels, but leveling my Lucian does nothing if it's not this turn. I mean, I shouldn't say nothing, but it doesn't do a lot. Do I even play Lucian over just second Shark here? Hush incoming. I guess I can like force a Hush sometimes. That's nice. That is nice. Lucian can drag the goat to deny gem. Honestly, that's funny. It's not worth the 2 damage. But yeah, that's the thing about Lucian leveling. Like, that's the like -1 mana here. Like, imagine if we had a Sapling Toss that we could play on turn 3. This position would be a complete game win, right? If we had Sapling Toss here. Because yes, the Lucian's leveling if he doesn't Hush, but it's always leveling after combat since the Shark always spawns to the right of Lucian. And it's never getting the 5th death trigger. Lucian needs 5 death triggers to get the rally. And that's how the Lucian draw wins the game. And this is why I'm running cards like Sapling Toss, Hapless Aristocrat. Because having like a 1 mana thing to like curve out is really nice. Yeah, that's fine. Pretty expected. I don't mind that. Like, single combat's always going to come down for value here. We're threatening a lot of damage. Take that pass. Nah. Burning Man is great and underappreciated, but that is not a case where we can do it. Yeah, me too, buddy. You too? Yeah, me too. Just run Spectre. You know, I honestly, I can't rule it out. Pretty sure we're killing you next turn, bro. Ah! I got baited. Ah, whatever. I'll just kill him next turn anyway. Who cares? Seven lifesteal isn't fair. Hey, he's at 16. Whatever. That's not a big deal. We take these down. That's fine. Ooh, that's kind of a like... we can't like Shark with... It would have been a 5 mana play that allows us to do both here. Like, everyone's always bitching about this card, Solari Sunforger, saying it's the death of aggro decks. And it's just like, you can't beat, you know, busted lifesteal. And Targon's a silly region. But, like, I heard it from Ruben Zoo himself. Solari Sunforger, perfectly fine. Just don't attack into it. Or, you know... Yeah, I mean, Targon doesn't have too much healing. Like, they're fine. What's gonna happen? You've got, like, Shark Chariots. Whatever. Why is he at 2 health here? Why is he at 2 health? What happened there, buddy? This is weird. See, guys, it's just not true that they have too much healing. By the way, using this here is kind of potentially a throw. But it's really funny killing him this turn. I just couldn't possibly resist. Why the fuck would he burst past? Oh, he really wanted to greed the daybreak? Okay, buddy. Fine. We'll kill you 1 turn later. Whatever. Missed a free glimpse. I actually could have maybe taken a glimpse there, yeah. That's a really good point. It was kind of weird not glimpsing there. There's not a punish for that if I had. You guys are right. Sisters invoke? Ah, he never gets golden sisters here. We're fine, guys. The reason we didn't do the free glimpse before was because we knew we were going to draw the Harrowing, and we wanted to get the useless 2-1 off of our board so our Harrowing could hit more things, guys. Why are we at 1 health? Hey, does he have a chance of having Moonglow in his hand right now? Or sorry, Moonsilver. He didn't play that invoke. So I am good to just pass here, right? Just play Cythria. Yeah, Cythria is kind of not bad, huh? Is there really a downside of just playing Cythria here? It looks like a neat play. 8+1. Oh, yeah, the mana just makes sense. What are we playing around? Oh man, my Cythria. Damn, Cythria's gone forever. Oh well. Opponent better have Judgment. Yeah, he really had better have it. I don't know, I'll just hold back the Lucian and beat the Judgment. Like, the thing is, you can always play around Judgment. Even if they have it, like, you just hold back Lucian. This is what I did against Grappler when I played against them last night. Although, I still lost that game. But, like, in this case, I'll win the game by doing it. It's different. So, if I do this, we can actually look on the Oracle's Eye. So, Cythria, if Cythria's ephemeral, and she summons the Charks, the ephemeral will happen after her fearsome. So, she actually needs to be on the right side of one of the Sharks. It's kind of the only way to do it. And then Lucian will rally over here and give me the other attack. And I can also just attack with the Lucian like a normal human being because he's at 6 mana. Wait, that's extremely normal. Why don't we just do this? That's the normalest play of them all. Just can't think of a single punish to this. Whee! Alright, bro, you're at 2 health. You good? Double Moonsilver. He doesn't have any invoke cards in his hand. Hush! Okay, bro. 21 more to go. Hush! Alright, you're gonna need a few more of these. Alright, that's not quite enough, fam. My friend. You are no good here. No good. The triple hush hands. Yeah, I mean, that's part of why I really like this deck right now. By the way, you'll notice this about a lot of decks that actually have potential right now, which is that, like, Hush isn't that good against us. Like, don't get me wrong. That's part of, like, I was just talking about Hecarim, like, it sometimes gets Hush, and that's not great. And Hush can stop Lucian from leveling, but, like, the thing is, Hush doesn't blow out Lucian. Like, at its best case scenario, it can stop a rally or it can stop a level, but it's still, like, -1 a card just to, like, potentially delay something that could be inevitable. So, like, it's still a good card for them in this matchup, but it doesn't just, like, win the game.